Hi everyone, and welcome back to week 3 of online learning. This is our science lesson for this week. I hope you guys had a great weekend. So this is space lesson number 2. So let's get started. So our science joke of the day. How did an alien break his iPhone? He Saturned it. Oh, so funny. Okay, next one. For your do now, take 2 minutes and write down the planets in our solar system in order from the sun all the way to Neptune on a separate piece of paper. Go. You can pause the video. I'm going to keep going. So our job today, TEKS 3.8c, the student knows that there are recognizable patterns in the natural world and among objects in the sky. The student is expected to construct models that demonstrate the relationship of the sun, earth, and moon, including orbits and positions. Then, TEKS 3.8d, the student knows there are recognizable patterns in the natural world and among objects in the sky. The student is expected to identify the planets in Earth's solar system and their position in relation to the sun. So we're going to continue from last week in what we're learning. So this week our objective, the learner will identify the planets in our solar system and their position in relation to the sun by constructing a diagram model that shows the relationship of the sun and the planets, including orbits and positions. So, a review, our solar system, the sun, and then Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Then we have our asteroid belt, remember? Anything that's between the sun and the asteroid belt is an inner planet. Then we have, after our asteroid belt, we have all of the outer planets. So after the asteroid belt, it's Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and then Neptune. Give yourself a little star if you got it right. So today we're going to be talking about the difference between rotation and revolution. So whenever you rotate, you spin or you turn on an axis. Usually, whenever we're talking about planets, a planet will spin or turn on its axis. For instance, Earth has an axis that Earth is tilted technically at 23.5 degrees, and so we rotate on its axis. That takes 24 hours or a day, and that's what causes day and night. Earth rotates, so we have day and night. So the Earth rotates on its axis. The Earth and other planets revolve around the sun. So for Earth to go the whole way around the sun, it takes 365 days or a year, and that's what causes our seasons. When we're super close to the sun in the northern hemisphere, that's when we have our summer. When we're super far away from the sun, that's when we have our winter. Now, Earth's moon revolves around Earth and rotates on its axis. So, because it rotates on its axis and it revolves around Earth in the same length of time, about a month, it looks to us like we always see the same side of the moon. Now, I'm going to show you a video that will demonstrate how the planets orbit and their position in relation to the sun. So take a look. You can kind of see Earth there on the blue line here in the middle. It's going around. You can see Earth is spinning around on its axis, but also orbiting around the sun at the same time. We have 8 planets that orbit the same sun. They all orbit around the sun in a counterclockwise direction. So like how our clock goes 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this way in this direction, the planets spin in the opposite direction around the sun. If you notice, you look at Mercury here in the middle here, or the very close, it spins so much faster than the other planets because it's closer and its orbit isn't as lengthy. And if you look, all of the inner planets orbit so much faster around the sun than the outer planets do, because they're closer and their path of orbit is not as long. And notice how you can see all the planets are rotating on their own axes as they're revolving around the sun. This is a view from Earth as you would be looking at it as it rotates. So if you were standing on top of the planet looking at the sun, this is the view that you would see whenever, because of its rotation on its axis. And as we were talking about, it takes Earth 365 days, or one of our years, to complete one orbit or one revolution around the sun. Alright, so your assignment here, you're going to imagine you get to choose to live on any planet you want to besides Earth. Which one would you pick? Why? I want you to write a paragraph, 5 to 6 complete sentences about which planet you choose and why you picked that planet. You can reference last week's PowerPoint and lesson and other internet sources that can help you support your thesis or your statement that tells us which planet you want to live on. You can also find a template on the Space Lesson 2 assignment activity on Google Classroom. In addition to your assignment, complete your MOL that's also in Google Classroom. The MOL and your assignment will both count towards a grade for this lesson. So to review, our objective was to identify planets in the solar system and their position in relation to the sun by constructing a diagram model that shows the relationship of the sun and planets, including orbits and positions. So in our video, we saw how they orbit and how they rotate. And their position in relation to the sun. So which planets are closer, which are further away, etc. So last week we drew our diagram, and then this week we got to see a video diagram to see what it would look like in a sort of a simulation piece. So our extension, there is going to be a lesson extension activity that you'll find on Google Classroom. You're going to choose another planet, so from the one that you chose from your assignment. So let's say you chose you wanted to live on Mars. Okay, so you get to pick another planet besides Earth, besides Mars, or whichever other planet you picked for your assignment. And I want you to research various facts about your planet. I want you to become an expert on the planet. And then you'll answer a couple different questions about that planet. You can find this activity in the Google Classroom lesson page. Alright guys, this has been awesome, and I love learning about space with you guys. If you guys have any questions, comment in Google Classroom, have your parents send me a message on ClassTag, email me, send me a message. There are tons of different ways that you can get in contact with me. Also, don't forget about the Zoom meetings every day from 11:30 to 12:30. If you need the link, they should be in Google Classroom and also in ClassTag, so get your parents' help to get you on ClassTag to get that link if you need help. It's, again, always great to learn with you guys, and I miss you so much, and I hope you have a good rest of your week and a fun time learning about space. Alright guys, bye!